In today's video, I'm going to be going over a new armor set that is better than Storm. It can make a hype cost 25 mana to use and gives more mana, and overall, it is better than Storm. If you guys enjoyed today's video, subscribe, which means the world to me. Sub, like, and sub. Also comment, I don't know, bread. And let's get into it. So, for a very, very long time, Storm has been renowned as the best and really the only mana set you can use. It gives a lot of mana on every single piece, and overall is a super, super good set of armor. In the new Nether update, though, there's a few more sets of armor that are actually better than it, even if it doesn't seem so, and I'm going to be proving it. In the Nether update, there's 4 new sets of armor. You have Terror, Crimson, Fervor, and Aurora. The main set I'm going to be focusing on is Aurora. It is the Mage set, and people think it's pretty shit, but it's actually better than it. So Aurora doesn't give as much intelligence as Storm does base, but it makes up in other ways. As you can see, it's not giving crazy amounts of intelligence. It's getting like 100, 200, 300. It really just depends on which piece, but it's not giving a crazy amount of intelligence. It's actually giving less than Storm unless you get up to Infernal. But there was ways that this armor set can give more intelligence and be just better than Storm. I'm wondering how. Okay, so my Storm chestplate has 270 mana base. Base mana of 270. If you look at Crimson, the only way we can beat 270 mana base is going to be with the Fiery set at like 5 or 6 stars, which is really not possible currently. So it's not possible to get the intelligence needed at base. But there's other things you can do with even hot armor to make it better. These are attribute charts. Attribute charts are unique things to the game, and there's 2 of them that highly benefits mages in particular. This is Mana Pool and Breeze. Now I'll be going over what these do, but the most important part is they can only be applied to Nether items. So you cannot apply these to Storm, meaning Aurora armor is better. Its ability isn't really useful, but it gives more mana than Storm. The 2 ones is Mana Pool and Breeze. Mana Pool increases your mana by 20, and Breeze, it is like Ultimate Wise, where it decreases the mana cost by 1%. If you've been out of combat, if you've not taken damage for 5 seconds, this is different out of combat. For example, if I smack this mushroom cow, I did not take damage, so it would still cost me 1% less or whatever, even though I killed him and I am in combat. Now, the nice thing about these is they go up to level 10. Level 10. They're not like normal things which just only go up to level 5. The new enchants and new attribute charts go up to level 10. So, meaning, from a single piece of this one, we can get 200 mana on every single armor if you have Mana Pool 10. Which now, granted, is very expensive, but you can. With this 200 mana buff at mana level 10, it makes the base Aura chestplate better than the Storm. Granted, mana pool is pretty expensive right now. It's like 1 to 1.5 million coins on each. But you can get more mana, and you can put it on every single piece. So it does give more mana, even if it is more expensive. It gives more mana than Storm. But how about the other one? Breeze is super, super unique. The reasons why is because it says when you have not been damaged for the last 5 seconds, mana cost decreased by 1%. Right? At level 10, this is 10% decrease every 5 seconds you've been out of combat. That's really, really good. Like, so good for mages. If you have this on every single piece of armor, it costs you 40% less to use mana when you've not taken damage after 5 seconds, which is like half-ish, a little more than half the time if you're a hype mage, depending how good you are and how much damage you take. That's basically Ultimate Wise on an armor set. But this can be also applied to equipment, meaning you could have a total of 80% damage reduction or mana cost reduction, and I'm using sheep right now. That means you can get a hype mage or a hype to cost around 23 mana. If you've full aura armor with the equipment, you can make a hype cost 23 mana, which is obviously, I don't need to say it. That's busted. Like, very busted. So, Aura is better in the long run. But how much do you need to make it actually better than Storm? Now, in order to make it better than Storm, you're going to want to get your armor to hot. Now, getting it to hot isn't terribly expensive. I mean, in total, if we look at hot, it'll probably cost you around maybe like 500 mana, something like that. Or 500 Crimson Essence just to get it to hot, which is around like 2 million coins, 3 million coins, and the Aurora chestplate itself goes like 2 mil on each. It only costs you a few million coins to get here, so like maybe 5 mil, and then if you buy mana pools for 1 mil each and get mana pool 5, that would be an extra 100 mana, meaning at hot tier, you can spend around 13 to, I believe, 18 million coins, and you can get an armor set that, intelligence-wise, is good, if not better, than Storm, and this is without Breeze. Now, in order to actually apply these to the armor, you need to have the right armor sets. By that, I mean you need to have already Mana Pool and Breeze on the armor set that you are trying to level up. Otherwise, it just will not work. For example, if you try to put, like, life regen on something that doesn't have life regen, it's not going to work. So, for example, let's pick up a random piece of Crimson Armor. This is Experience and Lifeline. If I try Attribute Fusion, it won't work, and you can only apply Experience and Lifeline. So once you find yourself Aura that has both these two things, you just level it up, and you can get, it's better. It is just plain out better. It costs you less mana. It costs you, like, a lot less mana. Granted, Breeze is pretty expensive, but it costs you less mana. You get more mana. But now let's actually compare the health stats. So we know it gives more mana, and we know it's cheaper. That's just a fact, because of the attributes or whatever. Technically speaking, I think we can make, like, Crimson Armor better than Storm, but that's a very long and difficult process to do. But we probably could make Crimson Armor better than Storm. Of course, it costs a lot of money. Now let's go over health stats. So Clean Storm Chestplate gives 260 health and 120 defense. 260, 120. Okay, keep that in mind. 260, 120. Aura at hot tier gives 290 and 80. So it gives a little bit more health, but a little bit less defense. So at hot tier with all this stuff, it is about same health-wise-ish. A little bit less health, but it gives more mana, and it costs you a lot less if you're using the correct attribute chart. Basically speaking, attribute charts are super, super OP. And if you're wondering how to get attribute charts and you don't want to spend a million coins on EH because it costs a lot, the best way to get attribute charts is by doing something I like to call Crimson running. I've made an entire video on that. I'm not gonna really be going over it. I might make another video on it soon. Basically speaking, you get into the run, you die, you open up free chests because you're guaranteed to get an attribute chart. You get an attribute chart every 2 minutes. If you get mana pool or whatever, you can make a lot of money, like a lot of money. Either way, if you guys enjoyed today's video, subscribe. It would mean the world to me. I'll see you guys next one. Peace out.